Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday, September 1st. It is hard to believe that we are already in September and fall is approaching. It has been a very nice long weekend and I am looking forward to having a day off tomorrow. Today is my next IUI. So this will be my third IUI. My last cycle was canceled due to COVID and I have to say I'm feeling a lot better about it than I was a few days ago. So when I went in for day 9 monitoring, if you're new here and didn't watch that last video, I had 4 follicles. One that was 13 millimeters, one that was 14, one that was 16.5, and one that was 17.8. So having all of those follicles, while I know having more follicles will help to increase my chances of pregnancy, I am doing this solo and really want to try to avoid twins if possible. I will say I'm not a big fan of my doctor. I find that he practices very optimistically, which is great, but then I don't always feel like I'm getting the full picture of pros, cons, what can go right, what can go wrong, what are some of the chances of all outcomes. And I will say that the nursing staff over at my clinic is amazing. They are so patient, they are so kind, they are always willing to help, so that is a positive. I actually called a nurse yesterday and was able to talk to her. And she reassured me that the 13 and the 14 are probably way too small to have a viable pregnancy come from that. So we really only have 2 follicles that we're looking at, the 16 and a half, and then the 17.8, which will continue to grow over the last 2 days before the IUI today. I triggered on Friday night and the IUI is today at 10:30. So based on my estrogen levels, that's why they felt like it was a low risk for multiples, because my estrogen was only at a 56. So that was an indication that there was probably only one mature egg in one of those follicles. So that was definitely reassuring to understand how we were getting here, what the risk factors were. So that definitely put my mind at ease. My lining was 8.4 the other day, so my lining was looking great, and I'm feeling much better and much more calm about this cycle. The great thing about this cycle for me is the past 2 cycles I've done, I've had to go for my IUI and then go right to work. And I've just been rushing around all day and I haven't felt like I've been able to just sit and be present in the moment, which I think is really important. And today is Sunday, so I get to do that. And then tomorrow is Labor Day, so I have a whole nother day off to really just sit and be present, take care of myself, do some self-care, do some yoga, do some meal prepping, and just kind of be home. The first cycle, I went through this whole thing where I wrote a note to hopefully my future baby. I bought myself flowers. I did all of those things. And obviously I was not able to get pregnant on either of those rounds. I still would like to go treat myself to a nice lunch today and buy myself flowers and really just have it be a me day and a self-care day. And I think it's important just to be present and not be rushing around. So I'm really looking forward to that in this cycle. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to cancel my trip home. I was supposed to go up to Maine to see my family this Labor Day, but I couldn't go home and do the cycle just because of how things were going to fall. And I'm really happy with my choice to stay here and do a cycle and have the weekend to be present. And then I'll go home and see my family in October. If for some reason this cycle doesn't work, I'll probably be able to get another cycle in before I go home for October, and I think that's my plan, is to do a 4th IUI and call it quits with IUIs after that if I'm not able to conceive, and then switch to IVF, probably make some embryos and look for a transfer early next year and just enjoy the holidays and take a little bit of a break. So one day at a time, one cycle at a time. I'm really hoping that this cycle is successful, but as I mentioned earlier, I am feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot more centered and a lot more calm about the number of follicles that I have. And I'm just gonna try to be present in the day, and I will take you along. I do have a work trip coming up September 10th to the 12th. I have to go to Florida for some training, which actually falls right when I would start testing. So I may test in my hotel room, I may not, but looking forward to taking you along with the journey and praying that everything goes well this time. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.